Hello there. Let's see how the setup is. Oh, we have a lovely ray of light here that comes from my ceiling window. I have a new setup. I have a new camera, so I connected that to my laptop. So I think I have a much better image now than I normally have from my laptop. But I'm also really curious if you can hear me correctly. I see that some of you are joining. So if you can hear me, just say hi in the chat. I can now also read the chat from here. That's nice. Yay. Hey, Sana. Hi there, Vicky and Rebecca, Carol. Good morning. Yay, that's perfect. And I think also the quality is pretty good. Hi there, everyone. This is a quarterly update for the Tackle That WIP. So if you're new here, just scrolling by and watching the live, or you're watching this later, Tackle That WIP is something I started at the beginning of this year to finish some of our work in progresses, to finish some of those quilts that have been laying around for ages and never got finished. So to just inspire each other to finish everything. Well, everything, to work in it, to get it to a more completed kind of stage. Hey, Donna is here, and Carol and Judith. Hi there from Kansas and Wilmington. Perfect. Quality is great, says Carol. Thanks. Hi there. And Teresa is joining. Lovely to see you all in the chat and to see you all here. So this video is something I started to do with the Tackle That WIP. So for the Tackle That WIP, I send out a newsletter every month with some inspiration to, well, work on your WIPs. And we have a project tracker. So a project tracker where you can fill in all your projects and, well, mark off what stage of the quilting, what stage in quilting and making it is. So we have the getting ready stage, piecing, assembly, basting, quilting, binding. And you can download this tracker on my website. So every quarter, I share the status of my work in progresses. And this time I'm going to do it a little bit different. So the last two times I got out all of my projects and put them down on my table here and went through all of them. But the last quarter, I did not finish a lot, but I did add a lot of projects. And that's what I want to talk about as well in this video. And that's also why I'm going to do it a little bit different. So let's check here in the chat. Hi there from England, says Coralie. Hi there, Gwendolyn and Fabienne and Sabrina. Yay, thanks. Sabrina says, thanks a lot for giving motivation to finish some WIPs. That's awesome. That's awesome that you're working on WIPs. I always get so happy when I got an email of, oh, this helped, and here's the quilt that I finished, or here's the project that I'm now working on. Yes, so tea. So how I wanted to do it today is I have one project that I did finish, but that's the one I want to show first. So here's a finish. This one is done. I'm done. A few months ago I already quilted it, but now it also has a binding, a lovely red and white stripy binding, and I think it's a perfect finish for this little mini quilt. It really feels good to finish something. So this one is done. And then I have over here a few projects that I decided that these are the projects that I want to work on in the coming 3 months. So for the rest of this year. And I don't have all my projects here because I know I can't work on all of the projects and I can't finish all of them. But these are the ones I picked that I want to work on. But first, let me tell you a little bit about why I have so many new projects added to my list. Well, that is because I am a fabric designer for Benartex, and I finally could announce it yesterday. And on the 17th of October, there will be a virtual fabric show where I will present my very first fabric line. And that's super exciting, and it's awesome. And that was something that I had been working on for almost a year now behind the scenes. And that's also one of the reasons why I am not working so much on my projects, because I have a lot of new ones. And the new ones, I think I kind of can share this. I will share everything with you on the 17th of October. So then you will see everything. But I thought it would be nice to share the state of the quilts that they are now in. And these quilts are all being made with my first fabric line. And these quilts will go with me to Houston. There will be quilt market in Houston end of October. And I will bring all these quilts because we will hang them there and present the new fabric line. That's awesome. But yeah, so they have a very strict deadline. So I think I have kind of a goal to finish this before market and then work on this after market. So in November, December, I will work on these projects. And before that, it will just be this one. So I have two projects that are in the piecing state. So I have Sana and my mom who are helping me sew and make blocks and rows for the quilts. So these two are, this one is all blocks and this one is rows, and we are still assembling them. So these tops still need to be assembled. I can't show you them in detail. We'll do that on the 17th of October. And here I have a quilt that is, this is already a quilt top. So this one is in the needs to be basted stage. Yeah, so those are already 3 quilt tops. And then I have 3 over here. These are all the backings. This one is quilted, so that needs a binding. This one still needs to be quilted. Didn't do any quilting on that yet, but it is basted. And this one is halfway done with the quilting. So here we have 6 new quilts, quilt tops, quilts, that I have been making over the past months. So quite a lot to keep me busy. And well, it's quite a lot to just make and get ready before market, but it's awesome to be sewing with my fabrics for the very first time. That's a very cool experience. So those projects are my WIPs at the moment with the most priority, and I made a new tracker for that, so that there's actually one extra quilt that I wanted to make. I'm not sure if I will manage to do that. That is the happy quilt from my book, and I would love to also make that quilt with my new fabrics, but we'll see. That would make 7 quilts in total. So I just made a new project tracker for that so that I can keep track of that. But it's going well, and it's a lot of fun to be sewing with this. So let's check the comments for a bit. Yay. Hi there. Oh, lovely. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Yeah, it's very exciting indeed. So that is that's the WIPs that I will be working on in October. And then I have a few products over here. A few of them, if you watched the first 2 quarterly updates, you've already seen them. But this one is my Manx blocks. A lot of Manx blocks. In here there are even more. I'm now working on some green blocks, so those are in the box. I actually made a video about the Manx blocks. I posted that on YouTube last Friday. So if you want to learn more about making these, go check out that video. So this is a lovely hand stitching block. It's a hand quilting block, so there you see stitches on the back, and you hand stitch all these fabrics to the back. And it's a lovely thing to do. It's not something that I'm going to finish this year, but it's just something that I will continue working on. So this is just here on top of my work in progress list. A lovely project to do on the couch, or to do when the kids are drawing or playing with Legos. Then I can sew a block. So this is something that I will continue working on. And then I have something that I started in June and that I have not finished. I joined the, let me think, how was the name? The Summer Loving Sea Glass Sew Along. And that was a very fun thing. The idea was that you make a project tracker. Well, not a project tracker. It is a kind of a activity tracker where you write down your activities over here. Well, this is the one from July. And this looks better. This is the one from June. And in June, I kept track of all the activities. In July, I kind of started over and tracked for about a week. But then I got off track and did not really continue tracking. The idea was to track your activities for 3 months, June, July, and August. And then for every activity, you would get a piece of sea glass. There. And these are all with a iron-on adhesive at the back, so that you can applicate this into a sea glass quilt. A very cool idea, and I love to track it, but once I fell off track, I did not really continue. So my plan is to turn this into a winter-loving sea glass sew along and continue tracking for a few more months after quilt market. So after all these quilts are done, I would love to continue tracking activities, and then go on until I have enough pieces to make maybe a throw quilt. I'm not sure yet, but it's just a lot of fun to track your activities, and then every week I would check how many pieces I earned and put them in the jar. So yeah, I will continue with this. And then we'll just continue for a few months until I have enough pieces to make a nice big quilt. Anybody else ever made a sea glass quilt? I think the look of that is awesome. But yeah, you don't start sewing until you have all the pieces. Let's see. Sylvia is asking, will you hand sew the Manx blocks together by hand? I am going to make a video about that because I'm not sure yet. You can stitch them together by hand. Then you first join the fronts, and then you sew those, and then you open it up, and then you kind of fold the backing over each other and then hand stitch it. I am now thinking about, well, I had a few options. First, I thought, let's make it a rag quilt where you sew this together and then you open it up and then you snip this seam all the way down so it will get a ragged look. That was one of the options, but now I am contemplating if I want to sew the front together with machine and then the back by hand, so that the quilt is at one piece a little bit quicker, and then I have a nice project to hand stitch all those seams on the back on the couch. Like I imagine it's something like doing a binding stitch by hand. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking now, but I'm not sure yet. So I will definitely make a video when I decide it and when I start doing it. And I'll also research a little bit before I start if there are maybe more options for this. But on the video, indeed, I got a lot of questions on how are you going to join those vlogs, and I'm not completely sure yet. Oh, Carol says, I will definitely check out the Manx video. Yes. Yes, do so. Oh, that's wonderful that you're going to take the sea glass idea to your quilt, to your guild in the spring. Yeah, it's a lovely thing to do, because first you don't have to sew anything and you just cut pieces every now and then you get to assemble them into a quilt, and you sew them on by quilting the quilt. So you stick them onto your main fabric, and then you baste the quilt, and then you start just quilting around the pieces or over the pieces, and then it's kind of a raw edge applique. At least that's what I'm going to do with them. Yeah, so no piecing or assembling needed for this quilt. Just a lot of pieces, and you can quilt it right away. So that's why I thought it was a fun one to add to my work in progress list. Yeah. Yep. So let's see. I have two more things lying here. This one is with knit fabric. And this one is a block of the month. Let me first show you this one. How many months are you saving the sea glasses? Rebecca asks. Well, this one was for me for 1.5 months. But the fun thing with this is, by the way, if you want to have more information about the project, you can still sign up and rewatch all the videos. I will put the link down if I remember, but if you Google Summer Loving Sea Glass so long, you will find it. It is hosted by a Night Quilter and Exhausted Octopus. But the fun thing is that you can decide on these activities yourself. You make the rules. So, for example, I have here walking and pedal boarding, because those are slower activities outside. And then I would mark down how many kilometers I would have walked or pedal boarded. And so you can mark it as, oh, I went for a walk today, so I get 1 piece. But I made the rules in a way that when I would walk for 3 kilometers, I would get 3 pieces. And that also was for running. When I went running, I could be walking 3 kilometers on a day and went for a run for 5 kilometers, and then I would get 8 pieces. So you make the rules yourself. You can do it by minutes or yeah. So I think I will continue for 2 months, something like that. I hope that will be enough, but we'll see. I guess after each month, I will just put them all out and see how big of a quilt I can make with them. So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, so I have projects here with knit fabric. These are not quilts, but I started a collaboration with Bernina with one of their overlockers. And these projects are practice pieces with the overlocker, and also a project that I am doing for a blog post on the Bernina blog. So there are 2 shirts for Ella, and there are 2 dresses. So let me see. I think this is in the most completed stage. You might wonder, why did you not cut one and finish it and then cut another? But I had the 2 patterns out, and I just spent an evening cutting fabrics. So that's why I have 4 of them almost finished. So this has a little ruffle sleeve, and I just need to finish the raw edge or the rolled hem at the bottom over here. And then that same shirt in this fabric with longer sleeves. I think it's so cute. So yeah, that has 1 sleeve that needs to be attached, and the neckline. And then I am making 2 dresses. This one also only needs hemming done. This one with short sleeves, and then this one with long sleeves. yeah, so and these ones kind of have priority because I need to finish them before she's already too big to fit them. Yeah, so that's why they are on the priority lane of my WIPs for the rest of this year. Yeah, I think she will really love this one. I thought the fabric was so cute. She loves everything pink. I can try to to put her in something else, but she just loves pink. So yeah, those are 4 projects that I can finish on my serger overlocker. So then I have, well, the Manx blocks. I have this one. I have the tracking, and then the machine sewing quilt projects that I have going on is a block of the month that we're doing with our Dutch Modern Quilt Guild. And I am kind of how do you say that? Altering this, changing it a little bit. So this is the overview of the block of the month. And the idea is that 12 of the members of our guild designed a block. And every month you get a pattern for a block and you can add it to your quilt. My idea was to make the big quilt and, well, make a lot of blocks of each version each month. I'm just running behind, but I decided that I do want to finish this before the end of the year, and I'm going to make it as easy as possible for myself. So one thing I already changed is adding simple blocks. So I am working with fabrics, Sassafras Lane fabrics, and they have a lot of fun, low volume fabrics. So I decided that instead of making all the blocks as a sewn block following the patterns, I'm also going to add just these kind of basic blocks. This is just a piece of background fabric. Yeah, so I'm just going to add some very easy blocks in there to fill up the space. Just looking if I had another example. Yeah, something like this. So this is not one of the blocks of the month, but I'm just going to make easier blocks like this so that I have it done quicker. So that was the first alteration that I made to be able to finish it in time. Yeah, and I had this on my wall and it really fitted quite well. So this looks really fun in the overall quilt. So that's what I'm going to do. And maybe I'm also going to make the quilt a little bit smaller. So what I would love is to follow the color scheme that I had going on over here. So I do want the color flow, but maybe I'm going to make the quilt a tiny bit smaller so that I have to make less blocks. And I'm going to start with the September block, probably tomorrow morning, making the September block, and then the October, November, December block in the months. And then every month I am just going to check. I will make at least one block of each month, and then just going to check, can I make more of them? Can I make some of the previous months? And then at the end of December, I want to at least have all the blocks done so that I don't take this whole block of the month with me next year and that I'm not going to finish it. I think it's fun to sew along with the guild for 3 months at least. Yeah, so in the next month. So that's the plan. I really want to finish this, and then I'm just going to alter it into something that is doable, that is finishable, because I really love the project. I love those colors and the whole rainbow idea that's going on. So yeah, just turning it into something that's doable. Just going to check the comments over here. Neat idea, and then we can do the sewing to assemble. Yeah, that's fun. The clothes are so cute. Oh, thanks. You are a busy bee, says Rebecca. Kind of. Yeah, the goal is to be less of a busy bee and spend more time just making a project and then moving on to the other one, to a new one. But it's a little bit crazy with the projects that are coming up with the fabric designing, because this is the first fabric line, but we're already thinking about the second one. And well, it's a wonderful new flow that I'm getting into. And I would love to have less work in progresses in the closet. So yeah, I think in 2024 I will just continue with the work in progresses, tackle that WIP to get some blocks done. Maybe we can also organize a day or something that we do something online, checking in with each other and sewing together. Maybe that's something fun. We'll have to figure out time-wise when we will do that, but it might be fun. Sylvia says, I finished one of my oldest unfinished objects and it feels great. Yes, that's the thing. Also with this binding, when the binding was on, it just feels awesome that something is really finished and done. So yeah, that's the feeling we're going for, right? Yeah, so those are my projects for this quarter and the next quarter. And I'm very curious what I can show you at the end of 2024. I really would love to show you this one that is in one piece, or at least that all the blocks are on my design wall. That would be awesome. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes, and we'll see. I'll just check back in 3 months, and for now, I would love to invite you on the 17th of October for the virtual fabric show by Benartex. And there I'll present my fabric line. I'll also put a link for that in the description down below after the live is done. Yeah, I'm very excited to present the fabric line and to show you everything. Yes, so thanks. That's it. That is the end of this this live video. Thank you so much for being here, for tuning in, and I wish you good luck for the rest of the year and working on your WIPs. Tomorrow I'll put up the blog post with the check-in for Q3 for the quarterly check-in on shibiru.com. So check that out, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.